Frankfurt am Main. Yeah, there's another Frankfurt. There's Frankfurt am Oder. That's the other river that's over near Poland. That's right before you get across the border of Poland. So there's actually two Frankfurts in Germany. Frankfurt am Main, that's right outside of the Ruhrgebiet. Yep, very familiar with it too. It's the main hub for airports in Germany.
Genau. Yeah, Frankfurt an der Oder, the old commie city.
That's correct. That used to be part of the DDR. Frankfurt am Oder. Frankfurt am Main was West Germany. Frankfurt am Oder was East Germany. And as we all know, Berlin was split in half.
I was in Berlin in 1987 and went to the wall. They looked pretty serious and deadly at the time, those East German border guards. Like, you had no clue that in 2 years they were going to tear it down.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? And it came down on October 3rd, 1989. Yeah, and they moved their, it's called Deutsches Freitag. And they used to have like our 4th of July, but they moved it to October 3rd to the German reunification day.
Yep, Tag der Deutschen Einheit und Tag der Wiedervereinigung. Yeah, I was working at when that happened over in Las Vegas.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Yeah. I had never been to like South Germany. Haven't really actually been below driving wise. Like down near Munich. I was always in northern Germany for obvious reasons. My bride. But I got to travel quite a bit there. You know, they have a house in Sweden. I've been to Norway, Sweden. Netherlands, we have friends in Amsterdam, and I've been to Poland, the old Czechoslovakia or Czech Republic actually, where I was there. But back then it was definitely different and interesting. And I'll tell you what, the American dollar had a lot of bang for the buck. You could go out and eat with 4 people, surf and turf, wine, everything for like a $20 American bill. It was amazingly cheap, especially in the Czech Republic.
The way I got to Kiel was through the Kiel Canal on my ship. We sailed from Terneuzen in the Netherlands. We sailed through the canal system, wound up on the Kiel Canal to get to Kiel. So I got to take a European tour through the canal system on a U.S. Navy warship and travel the countryside by ship. That was way cool.
Absolutely. Yeah, I used to fish for herring in the Kiel Canal. It was actually about, I don't know, half a mile behind where I lived right outside in Krooshagen. I lived in Krooshagen, right off the Kiel Canal. And I would take my bike there and fish. And my wife works in international shipping, and she worked as a lock keeper at the Kiel Canal. And Kaiser Wilhelm II built that, and it was a quick route to get through from the Baltic to the North Sea for U-boats and other ships to get through. Yeah, I'm very familiar with the Kiel Canal. It's between Altenholz on the Baltic side and Kiel, obviously. And yeah, very, very familiar with it. Extremely familiar with it over here.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I know it was there because they put it in there to avoid the Baltic in wintertime, especially the Kattegat and the Skagerrak. I know I butchered the words, but that's what I'm talking about. So the canal got you from avoiding the Baltic Sea, and you could get right to the North Sea and the rest of the world, and avoid the treacherous waters in the wintertime. But it was pretty neat. So I probably sailed right near your backyard kind of thing. So And there were plenty of people's backyards. It seemed like we were sailing through it, and they waving to you and stuff. That was pretty neat.
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. It was a shortcut for going around Denmark. You know, and during the First World War, and even the Second World War, like it was a shortcut to like Peenemünde. That's what they did the A1 and A2 rocket tests in the Second World War. But Keel was, and I actually knew he's dead now. Corvette captain, submarine captain, who died in 1999, who was a U-boat captain. And in Kiel, they have a full U-boat still in Le Beau, it's called. It's on the other side of Kiel, a monument that you can walk through. And he took us through a tour through that, and he was the probefahrer, or he was the captain that took it on a test run. And he gave me a book, and he signed it. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's my wife's friend's grandfather.
Yeah, that's cool. I would have enjoyed the heck out of that. Cool stuff.
I'm going to step back here a little bit and go water the flowers, so to speak, out back.
Yeah, good times on Classic Radio Roundup.
That's right.
Sorry, I pulled a boner. Classic Radio Roundup Video Gate's going to be in 2 parts.
Did you stop it again?
Well, no, it stopped itself because I forgot to delete the last 2 weeks worth, and my memory got full.
Oh, yeah, you gotta keep after that stuff, man. Operator error.
What, you guys implying I'm some kind of professional or something? Come on, you know better than that.
Well, you don't have to be a professional to be on top of things.
Okay, you're also implying that I really care.
What, you don't?
Not really. I do it for the enjoyment of others, not for my convenience.
Oh, no.
I never listen to them ever again. I post them up for other people to enjoy. They're not for me. So I apologize if it's not professional, but, you know, it is what it is. You got to take it as it is, and that's what it is.
It's not professional to not care.
Well, that means I'm not a professional because I don't care. I do the best that I can, and whatever you get is what you get.
But we care. Heck, I'll wait for them to get posted, and I'll sit there and I'll listen to them at work while I'm working, just to see what everybody sounds like.
Well, you'll just have to listen to the first one, and then when that runs out, you go on to the second one.
So not professional.
Well, you're not going to hurt my feelings about it.
I thought every camera operator took pride in their work and, due diligence of, making sure everybody see their pride of their work. I'm heartbroken.
Well, see, there's the issue. You have high expectations for something that I don't care about.
But see, this is where the thing I believe you may be missing. I'm not saying you are. Maybe you do understand, but others, maybe tens of others, maybe more, really rely on good quality work from the Spitfire station, as has been provided throughout many years.
Well, then, all right, if you want professional, detailed, quality video gate work, send me some money, and I'll pay better attention.
Now the gauntlet has been thrown. I'll take some. I never said I didn't appreciate the quality. Just got back. I don't know what they're talking about. I heard money.
You got to say that again, Greenie. Goose is bumping off at the gums.
All right, 1 2 1 2.
Go ahead.
All right, I'm not saying I underappreciate the quality that was already there. Like, you've got plenty of good quality. The video doesn't shake. Audio quality is good. It's all there, you know. And I forget the rest.
That's all right. So if you want perfect quality all over the time, throw me some money. Otherwise, it is what it is. And if I made a mistake this time around by not clearing data for enough data to be datatized, then oops.
Yeah, that's technical error. I mean, we can throw you money. That doesn't mean it's going to fix the situation. I mean, how many whiskeys are involved?
Oh, only 2 at this point. But if you throw me money, I'll buy a new tablet with more memory.
I don't know if it's possible, and I'm a big fan of them. But what about a backup, like terabyte hard drive or something? I don't know if you can hook a tablet up into that. I have no idea.
I don't think so. This one actually, like previous tablets I've had, you could put in an SD card for more memory. This one doesn't do that. So the memory I got is the memory I got, and I can't give it no more. So I got to always remember to delete previous gates after they're uploaded, and I just forgot. Oops, sorry.
Maybe we ought to throw you some money for some more memory up in your brain piece.
Yeah, well, yeah, you could. There's a lot of things that could be done, but that doesn't guarantee any improvement from what it is. You know, I don't know what you could do to help my, what is it? Organic memory.
I guess the big question is how long was it down before you realized it?
I don't think it was all that long. I don't think.
That's it. I'm writing to Elon Musk, telling him 441 Mr. Spitfire needs a Neuralink.
No, you could give me one of them, and I'm not letting them do it.
Yeah, it was worth a shot. All right, I guess we got to suffer the consequences.
Hey, for a completely shoestring budget operation, it's I do all right. Come on, and I don't want to edit them. I want them to be as they are. There's no fooling around. There's no editing. It's raw and uploaded. Where's Wayne? Welfare check on Wayne. Welfare check on Wayne.
Social Security check on Wayne.
Welfare check. Social Security check. Some kind of check. Where's Wayne? Oh no. Well, that ain't right. He's usually listening.
I guess you're going to have to take a Wayne check.
Yeah, but don't bump.
I couldn't help it.
No, that was good. That was on time. I didn't think of it. So you did. So you get the extra point.
Just trying to be as professional as I can be.
Well, somebody has to be in this arrangement. It's not me. Classic Radio Roundup 27115 on the AM radio dial.
And this portion of Classic Radio Roundup is brought to you by Fred's Discount Voodoo Emporium, where our motto is, if you want someone dead, come and see Fred.
Exclusive supplier and distributor of Grandma Jemima's stainless steel ganja dipped voodoo doll needles. Act now, and you can buy 2 for 1.
And please send early to avoid the Christmas rush.
And for every $100 in voodoo supplies purchased, you get 10. That's right, 10 S&H green stamps.
Oh, wow.
How's that for a throwback?
Yeah.
I bet there's a whole lot of people around that don't even know what S&H green stamps are.
Oh, yeah.
Now you're making me feel old.
Ah, that means you do.
Lick 'em and stick 'em. Yeah, fill up that book.
Yeah, I remember when my grandmother passed away, I got given her books. She had books and books full of S&H green stamps. And when I was in the Navy down in Norfolk, there was still an S&H green stamp store. I went in and cashed the books, and I walked out with an AM/FM transistor radio.
I used to get all the cheese from the grandmas. That was some good government cheese. They had some good gifts, though, as I remember.
Yeah, they had some stuff, furniture and pictures and linens and housewares and some clock radios and things like that. So what are you running tonight, Bagger? Never did know. Did hear.
Yeah, I was hoping you wouldn't ask.
Well, I was kind of waiting for Train to show up and ask because he always does, but since he hasn't made an appearance yet, I feel incumbent upon me to ask.
Well, I am cheating tonight because I haven't run this in quite a while, and I just want to blow the dust off of it.
All right, you're gonna make me guess because I'll never guess.
It's my 2547.
Ah, that's not a classic.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was cheating tonight, but it's been so long since I ran that I figured, I gotta blow the cobwebs off of this.
It does sound good though.
Yeah, it's still got all the mods in it for high fidelity. I just don't have the EQ on it anymore.
The thing really does sound good. It's got presence.
I guess it's classic radio unprofessional night.
Hey, I'm only half in the bag because I'm running a 1962, 1963 6-channel CB radio.
I can't wait to see it on the video gate. Are we going to see it on the video gate?
Yeah, you'll see it on the video gate. Both parts 1 and part 2.
Okay, well, we're all hoping that it doesn't mysteriously disappear. Between now and then tomorrow's posting.
Well, specifications are subject to change without any prior written warning or notice. Terms and conditions apply.
What kind of whiskey tonight?
Jim Beam Rye.
Oh, I didn't know they made a rye, and I've been a big fan of Jim Beam. Shame on me. So unprofessional. Although I have been getting into the ryes a lot lately, and I can't remember the name of it. Has a little white rabbit on the front of it. But I made that bottle disappear in 2 nights.
You must be talking about Resurgent Rye, am I right?
Yes, I keep wanting to say Redemption, and that's not right. Resurgence, that's what it is.
Yeah, that's a good one. I really like that one. That distillery is out on Route 23. Like, what is that? What's that town area? Near Warwick, on the way to Warwick, not quite Warwick, but it's on Route 23, the distillery that makes that Resurgent rye. That is good stuff. But yeah, Jim Beam makes a rye, $19 a bottle.
On the golf course. Anyway, is that down around, hold on, let me think, Chester County now?
Yeah, it's in Chester County, Route 23.
Yeah, I'll have to check that place out because that is a good one. It really is one of the first rides that I had, and I've been a big fan ever since.
That's one of my favorites, and I always try to do, Pennsylvania distilleries. I'll do others. I like the micro, the micro distilleries, whatever you want to call them. But that is one of my favorites.
I think it's called Thistlefinch, and they're out of PA. Have you ever dabbled in that?
That was not familiar. But, for the price, the Jim Beam rye is pretty good.
Yeah, I'm going to have to try that one out. Thistlefinch, they made a black pepper white whiskey. I always wanted to try that, but every time I had the funds for it, I could never find it.
Yeah, so it's there when you're broke, and then when you got the money, it's not there.
What a joke!
Isn't that the way it always is?
So unprofessional.
I hate when that happens.
What's your drink of choice tonight, Jim?
Flavored water, actually. I'm not sure what flavor it is. That's bad.
Well, what night were we on? That, was it Monday night, I think? That we were on late with, and then, we were on low band and then went to 10 meters with Stefan. You and I were in rare form up by the end of that night.
Yeah, you did a lot of instigating that. Now you were twisting my arm.
And I told 507 all about it, and he goes, "Oh, sorry, I missed that. I didn't know you guys went up to 10 meters. I would have joined in on that." I said, "Well, I'll tell you. I'll give you the synopsis of what you missed. Old JR was a hoot."
That was a rootin' tootin' rascal there, huh? Well, yeah, it was had a good time, that's for sure. Definitely enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was a fun night.
What night was that? We covered a lot of topics.
As we always usually do. We do wind up go all over the place.
What night was that?
Monday night on frequencies you can't get to. Well, you can, but not legally.
I can go listen, but I don't know what channel it actually is. And I couldn't keep my yours being too high.
Oh, yeah, you could listen. There's no law against listening. It would be 29 megahertz, even 29.000 on your frequency counter.
All right, the highest this thing goes to, I think. That one of them high-tech licenses or highly professional license?
No, you only need a general license.
Oh, very good, very good.
On both bands, both places we were on Monday night, you only need a general license. Oh no! Now that was very unprofessional. My camera just fell out.
I think that Jimmy Beam is talking to him.
Sounds that way.
Did he just say he knocked the camera over?
It fell over on its own. I didn't touch it.
Oh, now you got spooks, ghosts, and goblins around.
No, it's really kind of a rinky-dink setup. Because I don't have any real way of holding my camera to my my tablet. My tablet is my camera, and I got no real way of holding it on the tripod mount properly. So I use, one of them big giant kind of paperclip things, and I just sort of sandwich it on there, and every once in a while it wants to slide off.
Like one of them binder clips?
Yeah, with the black spring part and the two chrome grabbies.
Yep, yep, that's the binder clips, yeah. So unprofessional.
It's very unprofessional. I'm on a low shoestring budget over here. So anybody wants to, make improvements, you can donate to my GoFundMe.
Low budget. Yeah, we're gonna have to start figuring things out for you. You do have it on a tripod though, right?
It is on a tripod. Yeah, I'm on a low budget in a low budget land. What did he say? I think that adds to the entertainment when things happen, like the tablet falls off the tripod.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that on episode 2 of Classic Radio Roundup. I'll especially be listening for any background blurbs.
Yeah, I don't think there's much of that going on. I'm not drinking beer.
I say blurbs like, exploitives here.
Oh no, I try to avoid doing that, just in case Mrs. Train watches the video gates. I only drop F-bombs on FM broadcast radio.
There you go. Yes, broadcast radio.
And that's not a joke either. That really happened. Ask Sandbagger.
Yes, and you're going to have to copy the FCC rules and regulations book for broadcast stations.
Surprised he didn't make me do that.
He probably didn't think of it. That's not 1005 had his FM station going on, was it?
No, it was an actual FM broadcast station out of Warminster, Hatboro, PA, that I was DJing at for a few years, and I wound up dropping the F-bomb on the air.
Whoops.
Yep, it was a whoops. And the part that was really whoops about it is I thought I was talking to myself, but I was really actually talking out loud, and the mic was hot. Guess what? After that, I never, ever left that mic hot ever again.
That'll learn you.
Hey, some of the best lessons learned are the hard-learned lessons.
That's right. The school of hard knocks. If you graduate from that, you're well prepared for what life is going to dish out on you.
It really is pretty funny, though, that you happened to be listening at that time and heard it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. God made sure that I heard that so that, I can remind you of it periodically.
And I didn't even know I did it until my father phoned me up. And you know what you just did? I'm like, no, what?
I heard it and I cringed. I'm like, oh boy. I'm like, yep, the feces is going to hit the rotary oscillator now.
Yeah, but it wasn't like I said it out loud. It was sort of under my breath. But I don't know. I guess it came out completely audible.
It wasn't like you said it, in a loud, normal speaking voice, but it was like under your breath, and you're like, ooh.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It was like I was talking to myself, but it came out audible.
What the f*** is this?
I think it was something along the lines of, effing CD player number 3, or something like that. It was that number 3 player was always giving me trouble.
I guess you told it though.
Oh yeah.
Where's Wayne?
Renegade.
It's unusual for him not to respond when we do a welfare check on there. He must be doing something else tonight.
Yeah, he's in violation.
Oh, speaking of which, I went by there the other day because I wanted to go past the old houses, and well, I said no. I was telling my son, I was like, I talked to a guy from our house that lives down this way, and just as soon as I said that, I saw the antenna.
Yeah, that could be spotted from Ridge Pike there.
And that's where I was.
Well, where you were at that location is less than 2 miles to my location.
I know where you live.
Oh, I think you've been here.
A couple times.
Been a while.
Long while. But I know how to look for rocks. Once I see them volcano boulders, I know I'm getting close.
That's right. There's plenty of rocks. No shortage of rocks.
It's funny that they never decided that it was worth the while to move the boulders out of your driveway so you could have a nice straight driveway. Now they left the boulders there and just made an obstacle course out of it.
I think they did that on purpose, walled it off like that, because you could tell these, a lot of these boulders were manipulated around here, and I think they did that just because they thought it was pretty.
Yeah. Not fun when it's icy and snowy out in the wintertime, though.
No, not when the car goes sliding down and off the driveway and into a boulder. Of course, that only happened once to my Malibu.
Yeah, that's what you. Yeah, that's not fun.
Actually, I didn't hit a boulder. I wound up in the only spot that there wasn't boulders. But then I was stuck. I couldn't back up.
Time to get the winch.
Yeah, a winch on my Malibu. Where was I going to attach that?
To one of the boulders.
To the Harley.
Oh, yeah.
To the BSA.
I think the BSA had as much horsepower as Dave's Fiesta.
No, maybe the Metro.
That's the one. I knew it was one of them.
The Metro had 50 horsepower.
That's it. That's the one.
Dave, was yours 5-speed or was it automatic?
5-speed.
Yeah. I remember when they first came out, I was a young kid, and our neighbor had one, and he would come down over the hill, I don't know, second or third gear, and he would just let it whine, and it just had such an unusual sound to it. I'll never forget, though. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it sounds like a 4-cylinder with a missing spark plug.
Do you still have that?
No, I got rid of those a long time ago. When did I got the Fiesta in 2010? So yeah, that's when I got rid of the Metro in 2010.
Do you remember the guy that was running around Pottstown that had I think it was a Metro that had a 102-inch width ball mounted off the side of it?
I don't remember that at all. I didn't know who that was.
10-4. Yeah, I never knew who it was either. It must have been a what do they call that these days? NPC?
Non-player character?
Yeah, he just did it for the looks, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna mount this 102-inch whip, but I'm not gonna put a radio in the car.
On the smallest car on the road, yeah. Stuck out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, he wanted to make it look like it was a remote control car.
Should have put it on the top. But anyway, yeah, it was on the driver's side, rear quarter panel.
Was it green?
It was orange.
Orange. I vaguely think I kind of probably might have seen that once.
Yeah, it wasn't like, I don't know if he roll painted it or what, but pretty sure those cars never came out in that color, so I don't think it was original.
I vaguely, in the recesses of my mind, remember spotting a little tiny car like that with a 102-inch whip on it and wondering who it was.
Well, but even funnier if he had two whips on there and toe-faced them. Oh, what a tiny car. That would have really been a tuna boat.
I just recently saw an HHR, I believe, a Chevy HHR, might have been a PT Cruiser, but it had one of those high-top triple magnet mounts with the big spacers on it, and one of the medium-duty springs on it, and a fiberglass whip, maybe a 3-footer, maybe a 4-footer, maybe it was a 3-footer, I don't know. But I just don't understand why people do that. They put the fiberglass whip up there. Oh, they're worried about flexing and hitting stuff. Well, first of all, you're in a little car. Anyway, and to throw the spring on, I don't know. It seems goofy to me.
Yeah, it seems like a bit of overkill, though, to put the triple magnet mount on there for such a small antenna. It'd be different if it was a 102-inch whip or a 7-foot Francis or one of them 6-foot air coil antennas.
Yeah, but they went with the fiberglass trucker whip. Like, I could see like one of those half-breed antennas, and I had one, and I really liked the antenna. It worked really well. First time I ever seen somebody shoot skip on a barefoot radio was on one of those little half-breed antennas. I could see maybe, running one of those, but not have it on the spring. If you're worried about hitting something, you want something with a little bit more flex, not a trucker whip.
Yeah, well, it takes all kinds. Maybe that was the standby antenna. His first antenna that he had on that mount was something bigger, and he probably hit a tree and busted it, and he said, well, this is all I got left.
Yeah, I didn't really think about that, but there's a guy around where he comes through this area, and he does drive an HHR, different color, and he's got basically the same setup. A big old triple magnet mount, and a spring, and a trucker whip, and I'm just thinking, why?
Maybe that's what it took to get a good SWR. Who knows why people do the things they do?
Oh man, I just thought of that Frank Zappa song, Dumb All Over. Yeah, but the kicker of it is, if God made us in His creation and we're dumb, then God is dumb. Nah, that's. But anyway, yeah, Zappa had his own mind.
That's because he was raising his lonely dental floss.
He was actually a military implant, just like the Doors lead singer. I can't think of Jim Morrison. Yeah, go down that rabbit hole.
No, there's enough of that nonsense going around.
But it's true.
What's true now? Well, did he died? Yeah.
No, how they were militarily installed.
he got chipped, so if he ran off, they could find him.
Both of their fathers were in the military, and then you had that whole hippie movement going on, and they were trying to manipulate that whole thing. Yeah, go ahead. Go down that rabbit hole. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I tend to scoff at a lot of these ridiculous sounding conspiracy theories because, it's conveniently, a lot of this stuff is based on people that are no longer alive that can, either confirm or deny the conspiracy theory. So it's like, how convenient is that?
Well, what about all the moon landing characters that are being interviewed? And once certain questions are being asked, they want to get all defensive and punch people and threaten to sue and all that stuff.
Well, I think they're a little annoyed that people are going around saying, "Oh, we never went to the moon. It was all done on a soundstage."
Yeah, well, we don't have to worry about that because they lost that technology.
Yeah. Does seem kind of funny that what happened.
Technology got so advanced they lost the old technology. That's what happened. Yeah.
Huh, that's interesting.
Very interesting, but stupid.
It's very Artie Johnson of you.
Boy, that's something you don't see reruns of.
Laughing? I think it's around somewhere.
Well, I haven't seen any hide or hair of it on there. I really haven't. You gotta plug in one of those old TVs. The one where you gotta stop it from rolling?
Yeah, you gotta use rabbit ears.
The one that you couldn't even drag across the floor? That'd be a Sony Trinitron.
Some big old consoles that they used to have. Oh my God.
Get your TV, your stereo with your AM, FM, and 8-track player.
And a record player.
8-track? I remember the 8-track. That's living.
God, I love my 8-tracks. I still got them.
Yeah, her dad won't let him go either.
I keep holding on to them because I guess, I'm expecting someday they'll be worth like a ton of money or something, but I'll probably be dead before that happens.
Yeah, that's like me with my He-Man collection.
Yeah, except now it'll be a She-Man.
Well, the funny thing, Bagger, is my dad was telling me years ago, oh, you ought to sell them. You get a lot of money for it. Looked it up for the whole collection, $300, right? Well, now here they're doing a remake of the He-Man movie. I guess it's supposed to drop next year. She told me, oh, you want to unload it now? I said, no. I'll wait till the movie drops, see how it does in the box office, and then we'll see.
Right. It'll generate more interest, and they'll be worth more.
Pretty much have the whole collection.
Yeah, that's one of those things, you don't think about it at the time, but I mean, the very first G.I. Joe Forward Observer set, I was given that as a present, and of course, after a couple of years, I tossed it, when I was a kid. And I come to find that original set was worth like a whole lot of money. But you don't think about that stuff.
Oh, yeah, you play with it for a little bit, decide you don't want it, you either pass it on to a neighborhood kid or something, or, throw it in the trash, whatever the case might be, and, yeah, years go by and it's like, oh, SOB.
Yep. Oh well. I think it was worth it. I think it was worth $1,000 or $2,000. I forget what it was worth. And it's like, yeah, how about that? But 20 years earlier, I just said, this is, I don't know. I got to prove this thing. On the station, no boy. Okay, 9 a.m. 3D. My apology to you. I got a beautiful coffee on you in the West Indies, in the French West Indies. 411 West Indies. Back to you. Oh no, is there some down getting in there?
Oh, that's some West Indies out there.
Oh no.
Yeah, imagine that, man. It was all nice and quiet. And then all of a sudden, DX land starts poking their head in there.
Find the null spot on the beam.
Yeah, where are you, by the way? Which way are you facing?
Just a little north of east.
I'm not sure that beam's working.
Oh, it's working.
I got you at a 10. Where'd he go?
Oh, see, now watch your meter. I'm going to drop you right down, I'm going to drop right down into nothing land here. It's right about, it should start dropping off real good now.
Started to drop off, but I still had you in there.
I can barely hear you now. See, you're like an S1, so I'm gonna rotate it back so I can hear you again. It's not at you, but for some reason it's not all far off. It's good enough, I don't got to go all the way. Let's see if I go all the way. Let's move it this way, and it may continue to increase a little bit here. There we go. now I'm pretty much at you.
Yeah, now you should be cutting JR's lips off.
Depends on how much he's running.
Well, come on, let's be professional about this. You've got the beam, he's got the Omni. Don't matter.
Yeah, pretty much don't. He gonna kick my butt. Talking than I do.
999.
I don't know, Bagger. You were cutting somebody's lips off.
Might have been Pete.
No, it wasn't me. I didn't transmit till you guys were done.
I heard a KD out there.
999.
JR's lips off.
Yeah, he cutting my lips off. What can I say? Good.
I told you, Bagger. You had JR in your back pocket.
Because he's not running that Texas Walker. Tennessee Walker.
He doesn't have that anymore.
Well, that's why he's not running it. Well, the video gate will show what happened.
Well, yeah, I'm not at you anymore. But now I'm coming back around again.
Oh, so this was a shootout in the Green Dog direction.
Yeah. He unprofessionally accused me of having a beam that doesn't work, so I had to show him that it does.
Yep, 10-4. All right, professional maneuvers.
Professional instigator. Should you really be letting Wayne go this long without an actual checkup?
We've been checking up on him a lot, but he hasn't been responding.
That's all I'm saying. I think maybe somebody should take a little gander down that way and give him a whole rap-a-tap-tap on his door.
Yeah, if I'd like him to be, asleep or anything.
I'm not trying to think about the worst case scenario, but he's a friend of a friend of a friend or whatever, and if he's not on the air, you know, does he...
I'm not on the West Coast, Super Eagle Plus.
Close?
Well, I just sent him a text, so we'll see if that works.
Yeah, maybe he just has the radio off, you know?
Yeah, but that's not likely on a Wednesday night.
Kind of what I'm thinking. Probably not rewatching Game of Thrones or something.
Maybe he's got a hot date. Who knows?
Oh, Wayne running around the neighborhood. Yeah, maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, he's got his TV only has one channel, Newsmax.
Even that gets old after a while.
Well, not at Wayne's house because it's always on and it never changes.
Oh, Newsmax.
I gave him a TV with like 500 channels and it only uses one.
That must be the one he likes then. You know. And that's the one. You don't want no others.
He's got his radio on channel 13 and his television on Newsmax, and neither one typically changes. The only thing he does is change mode on Sunday night to lower sideband.
Yeah, he does pop in on that one.
So we've been on 10 meters the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, we have, and that's been making 507 happy.
Oh yeah, did he say so?
Oh yeah, he's enjoying the fact that we're all coming up there.
Oh, okay.
Although he did threaten to, depending on solar propagation here in the next couple of days, apparently he's unsupervised for a couple of days, and we just got hit with a solar storm. So he says if there's no conditions on 10 tomorrow, that he may, now I stress the word may, take his beam down and add vertical elements to it. So we'll see what happens.
He's not going to do that. It's too cold out.
I don't think that will stop him when he's determined. I don't think so.
Yeah, we're supposed to get more snow on Friday.
More snow? I don't want more snow.
Not a lot, but enough not to be miserable.
I took a road trip up to Cabela's today, and there's snow on the ground up that way.
6 or 7 inches fell at the lake house. Jeez.
Yeah, there was only like an inch or two on the ground. I was up there. I went past old Green Dog's neighborhood today.
It didn't snow very much here. I mean, it started off as snow, but like within a half an hour or an hour, it changed to sleet. And it sleeted for quite a while, and then it just completely turned to rain. So we didn't get a heck of a lot here, but say up the Poconos, they got several inches.
Yeah, well, that don't surprise me none. Up in the Hamburg area, there was an inch or two on the ground still. We took the scenic route. It was a nice trip, just to get out for a drive. The wife and I, let's go to Cabela's. Maybe we'll find something. Maybe we won't. We didn't, but it was nice. A nice day together, just being out.
Oh, so that's what you did today.
Yeah, I had lunch at Cracker Barrel, and she made the comment, "Oh, I guess this one didn't go politically correct because it was still decorated in the same old way."
Yeah, I think if they redecorated or redone or whatever. They're not going to, because they reversed course on that.
Yeah, there was so much flack that they received over that. Like, oh, that was a bad business decision. Yeah, I know they reversed course on that.
A shame they didn't catch as much flack as like any chance. Check. Steve, you have to throw out that 1,000 watt else you're not making it in.
I don't see no meter reading.
Yeah.
Is your switch the wrong way there in the train?
You don't need 1,000 watts.
But he needs to be on the right antenna.
How about now? Did I get in? Can I get in?
I hear you.
Now you're good. You're on the high side of a 9 now.
All right. Hello, Skyrider. Hello there, Bagger. Hello, Pete. Hello around the band. I don't know who all else is in here because I just came in for real.
Yeah, the train is in the station, but it's a late arrival.
Yes, it is. The train was very, very busy today.
I was very, very busy today too, but that didn't supersede Classic Radio Roundup.
I've seen times when you were totally absent.
Yeah, well, that happens. There's circumstances beyond my control.
Damn, boy. Same here, man. I had to do what I had to do, but I figured, well, I'd get in here before you guys get off the air.
Well, always better late than never. But the burning question is Studio A or Studio B? Now, be honest, because there's money riding on this.
Studio A.
This is definitely Studio A.
Yeah, I guessed it.
How'd you figure it?
Well, there's several factors that went into my decision to where to place my bet. And some of those factors were last week you were at Studio B, and we also have the knowledge that Mrs. Train enjoys Classic Radio Roundup, and some classics are not to leave Studio A for Studio B. So we assumed that since you were there last week that you would be at Studio A this week.
Well, you got it right, but she's not home at the moment, so yeah, it had nothing to do with her though this time. Not at all. In fact, the whole thing was that the work that I was doing was in the other room here, and so I just came over. Man, you don't know what I went through. I tried the tram first, and I looked behind it. There was no coax hooked to it. I'm like, oh, I took those coaxes and used them up there. Then I tried the sonar. Sonar didn't have no coax hooked to it. So I stole the trams, the big tram, and put it on the sonar just so that I wouldn't be on the same radio.
Well,
Sounds like you need to make more jumpers.
yeah, you need to make up more jumpers. So maybe all the factors that went into my decision were incorrect, but my answer was correct.
Yeah, your answer was correct. You came from the right place and went to the right place. So what's everybody running before we close it out?
Dave was hoping that no one would ask that question, but now that's the second time he's going to have to answer, so I'll let him answer on his own. But I'm running a 62-year-old radio, Utica, Town and Country 2.
All right. All right, so Dave, what you on, man, since you since you didn't want to, well, you have to speak for yourself.
Well, see, I'm cheating tonight. I haven't run this radio in a very, very long time, especially on AM. I think the last time I ran it, it was on sideband. So I'm running my 2547.
Yeah, he really is cheating. The jury will note that Bagger is cheating tonight. He also has fans in the background.
I always have fans. I have loyal fans all the time.
This is extra fans.
No, same fans as always.
Then the microphone is happy with the fans.
Microphone's happy as long as I'm holding it.
What microphone you got paired with that?
My Silver Eagle.
Get a chance to look at that other one?
No, I'll do that tomorrow. I've been doing a lot of car shopping for my daughter, and that's what I'm spending my days doing.
Yeah, all right. No, understood. No real rush. I'm just curious.
They put the lid back on the Courier. It's all screwed back down again, so that's ready to roll.
All right. Well, you can send me a text and let me know what the damages are, and then we can square up when I can.
Okay. Whenever it's convenient. It's not going anywhere.
I got next.
He's still got one more in the queue.
I thought that he took care of your two.
Took care of one of them. The other one's still. Well, he knows what the solution is. So, I guess you can get in. I guess he's got to order parts.
All right, so it was 1 out of 2 on yours, but he has to order parts for one of yours.
Yeah, that's right.
I got to order a final.
All right, yeah. Let's talk, Bagger. But at any rate, are y'all going to guess which radio I'm on tonight, or what?
Sonar.
Or one of the big trashy trams.
No, I'm on the sonar, the 40-channel sonar in Shovyank.
Well, after you get into the queue, then I got another one that goes into the queue. I want that J.C. Penney Pinto of mine squared away.
Go ahead, Bagger.
Oh, Rooster here, just breaking in.
Hello, Rooster.
Hello, Rooster. Countywide.
Radio. I'm on this 40 channel master.
Hello there, Rooster. Good evening, Night Train.
What's a channel master?
I haven't seen one of them in a while.
We've seen them in pictures.
What is it?
Master CB40.
What is it?
Channel Master CB40.
And that's the brand? Channel Master?
Yep.
They act like they never heard of it before.
I haven't.
You had?
No, I haven't. I don't know what a Channel Master is. Channel Master is 1970s antenna rotators.
That's JR's old radio. That's right, you senile old fart.
Yeah, because JR ran that with that what's the name, microphone with the field effect transistor in it, the Turner.
Yeah, the Expander 500.
So how's it sound, JR?
Sounds good. It's working.
Is that a classic?
Oh, you are, aren't you?
No, I mean, does that qualify as a classic? I really honestly never heard of a Channel Master. Who makes Channel Master?
Channel Master.
Channel Master makes it.
Going down when you talked to him on it before. I know. He's how forgetful is he?
Well, I'm pretty unprofessional.
Hey, Rooster, man, that radio does sound pretty good.
Yeah, how's the modulation?
It's loud.
And it's clear. Hey, Rooster, you should have made JR give you that Turner Expander 500 to go with that, man. Then he would have been able to really hear it the way I was hearing it.
Yeah, well, I'm putting a Turner CS1 custom special. I was going to say that sounds like a +3.
Definitely a Turner microphone. Hello there, JR. Hello, Green Dog.
Hello, Trape. Good evening.
Is Wayne in there tonight?
No, we keep calling for him, and he's conspicuously absent. He's not answering us. We actually are a little bit concerned, maybe. Mild concern.
Yeah, it scares me.
I know, and I text him, and it's silence on the text.
Oh no.
Uh-oh. Everybody can go ahead and say hello to 507 because he is listening, because I got a text. And, of course, I was being unprofessional and gave out semi-wrong information.
It's 507. 507 is in there?
Yeah, he's listening. Yeah, you know he'll call me out when I give out, wrong information.
What information did you give out that was wrong?
Well, should I read it as a quote? Because it's best if I do so.
Better read it as a quote.
Because if I don't, I may inaccurately report information, and that would be unprofessional. So I'm going to be professional, and I quote, "What I said was I would start, italicized, working on 11-meter elements. You know how much work is involved in populating a boom with 7 elements along with an outdoor RF switch that can handle 10,000 watts peak power. Yeah." Unquote.
I told you he wasn't going to do that. It's too much work for this kind of time of year. It's too freaking cold to be out working on antennas.
Wait a minute. No, I was accurate in the portion of where I said he would start working on it. So, the implication to me is start working on it is it doesn't matter what the weather is.
Yeah, but you made it sound like he was going to slap them elements on and be ready to go. It sounds like he's got other work to do first.
Oh, I know it's not going to happen in a day, but he's going to start. So, I didn't say he was going to finish.
All right, so what's he going to do?
He'll probably lower his antenna and then rant and rave the fact that his antenna is down and he can't get on 10 meters AM.
Oh, nice.
You know he's listening. I should have known he was listening. And then I got a follow-up. There's a follow-up here. I'm doing sort of okay, meaning me, after previous rant. So he apparently enjoyed my rant much better on medium wave tonight than any rants that I've done here tonight.
So were you guys on one of the bands tonight, Pete, this evening?
Yeah, we were down on medium wave, and it was weird. It was really, really good, and then it went in the dumper for like 10 or 15 minutes, and it turned around and was really, really good again.
So it's medium wave 160, just for my benefit.
Yes, sir. Medium wave is 160 meters. It's the technically, in my mind anyway, it's the only medium wave band us amateurs have. We actually have another one, but nobody uses it.
All right, the next question is, did Bite Buster come in tonight?
No heard from the Bite Buster tonight.
You on vacation?
I think so. Because he keeps posting pictures from strange places.
Aha, that's a clue. All right, so how's the sonar sounding?
Sounds good.
Oh yeah, it sounds really nice. It's train approved.
Hope nothing ever goes wrong with this one.
I never did tell you, or did I tell you what I'm on? I did tell you. Utica, Town and Country. Number 2. Trash Pick Radio.
Yeah, the cameraman approves of that Utica Town and Country, man. He liked it, that radio. He thought it was a good radio.
It's a well-designed radio to do what it does.
Doesn't it have Nuvister in the front end?
I don't think so.
You might want to check that. There's some reason that he liked it.
It does have a really good front end. That I do know, but I'll double check a schematic here. But I don't recall it having it, but it might. I don't think so. Hang on, before I do an unprofessional assessment. Hang on.
Yeah, because 507 is listening. He might be looking at the schematic right now.
Well, that would presuppose that he has the schematic.
Well, he would have to bring it up on cbtricks.com.
Yeah, the World Wide Web.
That's right. So who else is in there? Any names that I didn't call?
Well, the Norristown gang was in there earlier. Goose was in there, and Kilowatt, and 302, and Red Baron showed up a while ago. Fairly nice compliment of people. Although I think Joker's away somewhere too. I think he posted a picture. So he's probably, that's why we didn't hear him tonight. So.
Roger, yeah. Yeah, man. Life is rough. But, yeah, I was doing business. I had to go over to, what's his name? The name of that place? Michael's. A long promise I made to get a certain amount of pictures framed for my daughter, you know. And she got after me though. Like she's like, Daddy, you never had those things framed, you know. So I figured, well, while I'm at it, I might as well get some of my stuff done too. So I went over there and they had to measure each piece and, you know, et cetera. Long story short, man, it's pretty expensive.
Nothing worthwhile is cheap, that's for sure.
Yeah, so all of this stuff have a certain amount of sentimental value. Yeah, I think they all do, in fact. Except for, yeah, all of them do. So, yeah, I had it done, and I was over there. I probably spent a decent hour over there. Plus, I had to run back and go get 2 more pieces, which I, you know, overlooked. So they gave me a little discount. So I figured, well, we better put all of them on here now. Let's get this done.
Yeah, buddy. Anyway, it's about that time that I say goodnight, so I'm going to say it. Good night. Classic Radio Roundup once again, even though I kind of cheated a little bit tonight. But it'll be a bag of cheat if I run this again, I'm sure, but well, whatever. Everybody have a good one, and we'll talk another time.
Now, I'm hoping, Bagger, you didn't come on with that in the first place. I mean, maybe you did it on the second half.
No, this radio has been what I ran all night long. I just decided I just haven't run it in so long. I just threw it on here and said, there it is.
Said he was cheating.
Yeah, he was being bad. That's what he's done. If he'd have came on the second half, it might have been justifiable. Pete, you want to write it up, or you want me to handle that?
Nah, you can handle that. But yeah, he did the whole night on a radio that was in violation of the terms and conditions of Classic Radio Roundup.
Roger that. And he being Bagger, that's quite a violation.
I figure I don't do this very often, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my feet wet tonight.
You'd have been all right if you applied for a waiver, prior to the Classic Radio Roundup. But if you don't apply for a waiver beforehand, that's a violation.
I think I might have probably rubbed off on him.
Well, JR is a bad influence anyhow.
Oh, is that why I'm itching?
Anyway, good night, Dave. We'll catch up with you later. Have a good one. Enjoy the beautiful weather coming up. See ya.
Yep. Good night, Dave. Glad to have you, Classic Radio or not, on Classic Radio Roundup.
Yeah, I know. Well, I wasn't being very professional, but, it's the way it goes. Catch you guys later, and 5-7, if you can hear me out there, I don't have the beam at them. Catch him later, too.
Good night, Mr. End of part 2 in the series from part 1. And this is the professional part.
Good night, Dave. Hello out there, 587. I haven't heard your voice in a while. In case you're listening in, the train is waving a hand. Yeah, I haven't ran this sonar in quite some time. And I figure I better give it, I need to get that other one, the 623 out too, and let that have some air time. Either that or just turn them on and let them heat the room up, marinate, do something.
That's what I need. I need me a couple of tubes over here to warm this little joint up.
That's right. You turn them on, right? And then you leave the room and you come back and you wonder, wow, this is not bad. Them little baby heat, they help heat up the room. That's why the Russians never stopped making tubes. They had no problem with the heat.
I mean, they were already paying for the electric, so you might as well, get two birds stoned at once.
Yeah, and if you had something nice and big, that baby be putting out heat and you have a fan and be blowing and you be like, yeah, this is a little supplementary, and on the same time, you can talk on the air too.
Makes perfect sense.
But they were saying that the Russians never stopped making tubes because it's so cold up there that some of their equipment, what they call them valves, some of their equipment still employ valves because it don't bother them. They want the heat.
Yeah, we want the heat too. We don't want to be paying for it. But we do. I mean, you always do pay for it one way or another, like we like to burn wood over here, and, you pay for that throughout the whole season, working and processing and acquiring and all that stuff.
What did you do about that antenna, man? That link you showed me.
What, that super scanner?
Yeah.
I didn't do nothing with it. In fact, I just came across it again yesterday, I believe.
I sent you a text regarding that. I don't know if you ever got my response.
You said I should definitely acquire it.
Yeah, I wouldn't have hesitated. But I got the PDL too, so there's no reason. Other than that, I'd have been right on it, especially since it was restored.
That's what made me think of you, and I had to share it with you. Yeah, I don't know what you're looking like or how you want to play, if not anymore, with the antenna situations or whatnot. But yeah, after the whole restoration and seeing the pictures of your bikes and stuff, I appreciated it, and I wanted to pass it along to you.
Yeah, I thought that you should dig deep down into the left pocket and get that rascal. Yeah. And there's more than one way to handle it too. You could put it on a small rotor, or you can use the switch box. But in other words, it'd be like a lollipop if it was just on a rotor. But if it was on the switch box, it'd be directional, but it would be general. But on the same token, cameraman said it's one of the best antennas out there.
Yeah, I always dug them, and Skinny Wagner put one up in my earlier days in Pottstown, and it was pretty cool to play with.
Just an update. 6BZ6 is the RF amp tube in the Town and Country. It is not a new Vister.
All right, which one is it, Pete?
A 6BZ6.
All right, that's different. I don't remember a 6BZ. You said Z as in zebra, is that correct?
6 Bravo Zulu 6.
Wow. Yeah, I wonder what that is.
Hang on, I got a tube book that'll tell me. Hang on.
10-4. Anyhow, Greeny, Cameron was saying that there was a gentleman up here on Constitution Avenue, which is a nice little hill. And he was saying that guy had a PDL2, and I think it was a Browning mark. I don't know which mark. But he could be heard all the way up in Schuylkill Haven, and I think that cameraman said Harrisburg. The bottom line was that the thing really got out. And in those days, it wasn't a bunch of LEDs and all kinds of, strange transmissions in the air that we suffer with today. And he said they was traveling from somewhere, and that gentleman could be heard on that. Yeah. But anyhow, he ended up getting one. But he didn't want me to have it, so he sold it to Silver Bullet. It was brand new in the box, man.
6BZ6 is a pentode. AGC-IF amplifier.
Right, a pentode mean there's 5 different things going on inside of that tube.
10-4.
Wow. Yeah, it's a good radio. He also recommended that. I wonder why he's coming up in my mind 2 times.
Hey, Night Train, I'm running my cameraman special right now, the 1-682.
Let's see, which is the 682?
The Royce module transceiver 1-682.
All right, that's nice, man. I had a decent signal on you tonight.
He gave me 2 of them. And I was like, I always enjoyed my time with him. And I was like, man, what? Oh, okay, they're 682s. And that's what I go by. Okay, all right. Some old looking radios, man. I don't know about running them or whatever. But you know what? I had them sitting around here and I was plug it in, play with it, test it out, see what he's talking about. I really have not had any complaints. And this is the stock mic that goes along with it.
Roger that. Well, maybe that'll make up for Bagger using a modern radio on classic radio around out the fact that Greeny came out with a Royce, which is unusual. Rooster is the one that usually comes out with a Royce. Got a Royce sitting here. That's right. Mm-hmm. Those Royces are good radios, Greeny.
Oh yeah, and you guys are playing around with the base stations and stuff, and I'm not really willing to spend that kind of money on it. But when I see some old 23 channels or something popping up on Facebook, I'll check them out. This other pretty cool one here, I haven't plugged it in a while. It's a Courier Cruiser, man. It almost looks like a tape deck or something or an older AM/FM tuner that you would see. There's a couple push buttons and like 3 knobs, tiny little meters. That's a pretty cool looking radio.
Roger that, yeah. I had told myself I was going to stop. No more classic radios for the train. So this week I ordered me a General Radio Telephone MC11A.
Dang it.
That's a choice piece. And I'm like, why did I do that?
That is a choice piece. I'd like to get a hold of the Town and Country 3 by Utica. That thing's capable of doing 25 watts with that final tube that's in it.
Yes, sir. Pete, and there's another one out there. It's made by Courier. that rascal got a 30-watt tube in it. It's for commercial use. Specifications are subject to change. Terms and conditions may apply. Yeah, and the guys got a hold of them, but they're very, very, very rare. And I had one and didn't know how to use it, so it was a little bit muffled. In those days, I didn't know how to do the load and tune. Otherwise, I could have dipped it. You see what I'm saying? And I sold a rascal.
Yeah, it's called the Fleet Courier.
That's right. That's right. It's a nice little piece. Puts out about 30 watts.
You needed a different license back in those days. You needed a bona fide business band license to run a Fleet Courier.
That's right. That's a nice little piece. In fact, it was the same size as the, the general radio telephone. And it had that one big tube in there. Yes, it did. Nice big fat tube in the back of it.
Well, that's how the Town and Country 3 is, although it wasn't meant to be, quote unquote, a business band CB. They put it in there so those who knew what to do, you jumped out I think it was the grid resistor or plate resistor, some resistor. You jumped that out. So they detuned it, to meet specs. But if you knew what to do, you jumped out the right resistor and voila, the thing did 30 watts.
Roger that, yeah. Yeah, but they still good radios. All of the Town and Countries are good. Is yours the chrome one?
The case is chrome, the face is gold.
That's right. Yeah, that's a classic piece. I've never had my hands on one, man. The TC2, that was the one.
Thing's got really good receive. It's got a really good receiver, and I never heard anybody ever complain about the audio.
No, there's no complaints about the audio. Now, what microphone you run with it, Pete?
My D104.
Roger that.
Same one that you had to when my LMAC was over there. It's the LMAC mic.
Yeah, I had to make sure I got that back to you. That was like a cavity that needed to be filled. You ever get that, like a little ache?
Yeah, well, I wouldn't go forget about it, mostly because I still needed it.
I don't like holding on to nothing that belongs to somebody else.
Yeah, I get that. And I don't mind loaning stuff out to people who think that way. I'll loan it to you as long as you need it, but just remember where it belongs.
Yeah, I hear you. I did. Anyhow, tonight, Pete, I'm talking to you off of my Mr. Coily Excalibur ground plane, man.
Well, it's working because you're over S9 here. You're kind of always the strongest one here anymore, pretty much.
Or even Green Dog giving me a half of a meter now.
Oh, word? Yeah, I'm running this old thing. Man, if I was on my 2517, I'd be wondering what I'm putting on you. But I'm on this, my cameraman special. It's only doing maybe, I forget, 5 or 6 watts. Got a little bit of swing to it. Into this old thing here, and I'm only giving you a 5er.
I think you're giving me you're definitely giving me an 8 tonight, and I think that's as strong as you ever are to me, Green Dog. Night Train is 10 dB over 9, and the Utica meter is calibrated.
Yeah, Greenie, you usually give me like a 3.
Best I ever sounded.
It is. You're the best I heard you in a long time. I can't remember when you were this strong. So whatever you're doing.
Yeah, Greenie's usually a grasser. He's doing really well tonight.
Yeah, Greenie, you're getting on down. Yeah, right to the edge of the middle of the meter. To the left-hand edge of the middle of the meter, man. I've never seen you like that.
You know what happened? I had SWR issues. I pulled my antenna down a little bit, put it back up, but only about halfway.
Well, you keep on doing what you're doing.
That's right. It's a working.
JR, anything from Lightning Rod lately?
No, nothing.
No, can't say I heard him for, oh God, has to be at least a week.
Lightning Rod was in there last night.
Was he really?
Yeah, around 11:30, 12:30.
Who did he talk to?
It was me, Beezer, and him.
Roger that. Beezer was able to hear him, and he heard Beezer?
Yeah, they could barely hear each other, but he was only in there for about a half an hour.
Jim Roger, well, as long as he was in there, that's all you wondering, hoping everything all right.
Right. That modulation ain't too loud, is it?
I had a long day yesterday, so when I came in, I went to bed. I mean, I really went to bed. I was in bad shape.
Hard day at work.
No, I was traveling just a little bit. I had a business trip up above New York.
Okay, how long was that drive?
I would say it was 4 hours. Just guessing. With the traffic and then the stops, the rain, the whole 9 yards, man. I did 4 hours up and 4 hours back. I did a day's work on wheels, man.
Yeah, I hear you. I went to New York a couple weeks ago. It was 7 hours.
Roger that. Yeah, it depends on what time you hit and what you hit. In this particular case, I did escape a lot of the evil part of New York because I left late enough where I missed their rush hour. By that time I got up there, they should have been at their desk. And I crossed that George Washington Bridge. It wasn't too bad. Then I hit that Parkway and went on up to Connecticut. That wasn't too bad. But then on the way home from Connecticut, I hit some of Connecticut's rush hour coming home.
All right, did you go up 81?
No. In fact, I went up 95 and came back 78. Imagine that. I was using the GPS. It knows.
You go up 287 or what?
Yeah, 287 was the main, then that dumps you into that 78.
Yeah, that goes up the New York Turnpike.
10-4, yeah. So that was nasty. But we rented a vehicle. And that way we didn't have to worry about, taking a big old truck up there, and wrestling with them people.
Yeah, they fly on that 287, man. They cruise about 90 miles an hour.
And they act like maniacs in and around New York.
Yeah. How's the modulation on this?
It's excellent, Rooster. You wouldn't have to worry. No, sir. It's good.
Yeah, I'm highway. What's that bridge you gotta go across? A Tappan Tree Bridge or something?
Tappan Zee. I think the first time I heard that, my sister might have said that, and it reminds me of her. Tappan Zee. I wonder how they get a bridge named that.
It's an Indian tribe that were native to the area.
Oh, is that what that was all about?
10-4. And then when Mario Cuomo decided to change the name and they called the new bridge the Mario Cuomo Bridge, everybody said, you could call it whatever you want, still a Tappan Zee Bridge to the rest of us.
Yeah, there you go. What about the Gulf of Mexico?
Oh, that's the Gulf of America. It's surrounded more by America than it is Mexico.
Well, dumb highways up there go crazy.
Yeah, man. Well, the beautiful thing, though, was the fact that there was overcast, which makes for better driving as far as I'm concerned. Because the bright sunlight have an effect on you if you're doing long hours. But a cloudy day is a little easier on the eyes.
Yeah, 10-4 on that. Again, that was loaded with Indians up back in the day.
I 100% agree with what you're saying there, Train, because, man, when you worked a long day, you're driving back and you got that sunshine in your face, you're already squinting so hard, it just makes you want to go to sleep.
That's right. It does have an effect on you. I don't know what the deal is on that, but an overcast day is a good day to travel. Now, I'm not saying a rainy day is a good day to travel, but I accepted the rain.
Overcast is easier to deal with, but sunny days when it's high overhead in the summertime, you got a good pair of sunglasses, that ain't so bad either. As long as the sun ain't in your face, but I get it on the overcast.
Yeah, since it was a business trip, it wasn't a pleasure trip. The bad weather didn't hurt nothing.
I usually don't even drive with sunglasses, dude. I do the old squint and pray.
There you go, man. The sunglasses have a way of feeling a little slightly cumbersome on your face, you know what I mean? Unless you wear them all the time.
See, my squinting and my crow's feet going on, that feels kind of cumbersome too sometimes, but I guess you just gotta make do with it.
That's an unprofessional attitude.
What?
Calling your sunglasses cumbersome.
Yeah, they do feel cumbersome on my face. You know, that's because I'm not used to wearing lenses.
I don't mind wearing sunglasses, but I guess I got a decent enough pair. But anyway, sunglasses are real irrelevant at this point because I'm going to bed. So thanks for the fun on Classic Radio Roundup. Look for the 2-part video gate uploaded tomorrow at some point or t'other. Thanks again for the fun, gentlemen. 7-3, your countywide radio. 441 to Spitfire on this old glow and glass Utica town and country too.
Pete, you think you'll have a chance to check on Wayne?
I sent him a text. I guess I could go knock on his door on the way to work tomorrow. Maybe I just will just because.
Hey, Roger.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'll knock on his door on my way to work.
Roger that. Let me know, man.
10-4. Roger. Well, I won't be able to report to you until Saturday around 11:30.
Hey, Roger. As long as we hear something, we need to know.
Yeah, I kind of need to know, too. I'll do a welfare check on him tomorrow on the way to work.
Catch you later, Petey. Have a good one. 73, so JR.
73's Pete.
7-3 all. Good night. Thanks for the fun.
33's there, Pete. Mr. Green Dog, I'm back quiet.
And that will bring up Skyrider. Skyrider, you still there?
Oh, man.
Oh, no. No Skyrider.
That was an unprofessional sign-off.
What?
Because he signed back on.
Yeah, that's like one of them General Motors vehicles. Remember that? From the 70s? Turn the thing off and it still be...
Where'd he go, Train?
I lowered my amp because I figured I didn't need it anymore. Is it that bad?
No. I was just wondering what happened. Just making sure there was no calamities.
10-4, it looks like we lost Skyrider, JR.
Well, yeah, I don't know. He was pretty quiet for the most part. He usually does. There's a lot of folks in there. So, yeah, I don't know. You know.
Maybe him fell asleep.
Possibilities are there, you know. I don't know how he does what he does with the sleep that he gets.